Steve Jones with the Hardscape channel, back with Andrew Vear. Andrew, your company, the company you work with is Southwest Specialties.
Correct.
And you're based out of?
Our main corporate office is in Las Vegas. We also have another office in Reno, and but we operate in not just in Nevada. We're in Arizona, California, Utah, and Nevada. And some of the neat things that we have is we're not just a brick paving company. We also do a lot of poured concrete, so we can get right in at the project from the foundation on upwards with that. And we can, if we get a large permeable project, we can pour our own curbing. We have all the equipment to do our own base work, so it works out very well.
Well, that's great. And you're also a mechanical installer.
Yeah, we have a machine, a paver machine. We can have production rates generally for one shift between 5,000 and 6,000 square feet a day with that we can actually hand over to the client, where they can use immediately for surfacing instead of having to wait like with concrete for 2 or 3 weeks for curing period. So it's very advantage.
That's a big advantage, yeah. Mm-hmm. Being able to put these pavements into service immediately is huge.
Well, especially around a commercial building, where they need to get back on with equipment back on the building, and they can do that immediately, that we go through, again, without any waiting or downtime with that. And it's a green pavement.
Yeah.
So very good.
In your markets, the markets that you deal with, you have the ability to cover soup to nuts all the components of your section of the contract.
Right. So we're not having to subcontract out some concrete work. So I think our specifications for, when you follow behind your own work are somewhat tighter than if you're following behind, a random contractor who may be clearly within his own specifications, but with pavers we demand something that's a little tighter.
So, for example, give me an example of a contractor or something that might feel he's well within his tolerances, but are way off from what you need.
Sometimes a base contractor will actually have, and we've seen this, where they can be plus or minus a tenth of a foot, and that really is just not good enough. I mean, our ICPI specifications are plus or minus 3/8 of an inch, so there's a very big difference there in what we're able to work with. So we end up having to fix it anyway. So we're far better off actually just taking over that whole component and getting it right the first time.
Yes, I've seen too many times go into a big project where the site worker or they brought in somebody else sub to do the main base work and stuff, and only to show up and find the crews doing 2-3 days worth of remedial work to get it ready for their actual specialty of pavement laying.
Right. One of the other advantages that we have is right at the very beginning, at the bid phase and the estimation phase, is we use on-screen takeoff, which is very common now, especially with commercial contracting. It's basically a paperless estimating system, so we're not carrying around plans and huge plans everywhere. Everything's done on screen. It's all calculated out correctly. It speeds up the estimation process and sales process. So we've been able to really make some good changes there, and encapsulate, and ultimately from that we've been able to get a lot more work. We're actually as busy now as we were in '03, which is really good.
That's excellent. So you're saying that this type of estimating is allowing you to be more efficient at the estimating part of your work.
Well, not just so much that, it's the accuracy as well. We're, with plans you can miss things, and from when the plans, I mean, on a commercial project, from the bidding and estimating and contract phase, we may still be 6 months out from actually getting on the job and landing on there. So by the time you dust off the plans and pull them out of the rack, that everything's lost. We have everything electronically available now, so when we can actually reprint out a set of working drawings, it will actually define the areas where we are actually installing pavers or different products. So it just makes life an awful lot easier for the field crew as well as the estimating team.
But we're talking mostly commercial type.
Mostly commercial. If we actually get a partial commercial or even a residential project now, we just immediately scan the paper drawing in and still do the on-screen takeoff. Versus we still have estimators that will actually go in the field and hand measure for small patios and driveways. But any project, even a pool project or something like that, there's a set of drawings. We just electronic them immediately.
Excellent. Well, it's important, I think, for all contractors to implement maybe not the bleeding edge of technology, but certainly the proven technologies that can make them efficient, especially in the difficult areas of costing, estimating, and plans.
And a lot of commercial general contractors, we use the same software, so we can implement bid packages and send those off. So if there are any changes, they can actually, again, they can be made electronically without having to print out drawings, wasting paper, time, and effort.
Is there one main bid software, estimating software that the generals can access?
Yeah, there are a couple out there. There's a couple we actually use on Center, which is a very powerful system. It is somewhat spendy, to say the least.
How much money?
It's about $2,500 and then you add on per user. But that's your initial investment. Generally, there's some maintenance programs involved, but you can make or break that on one project very, very easily. With one click of the fingers. So really, it just keeps making it and keeps making it for us. And also with the plan rooms now, the Dodge Room, the Blue Book, Nevada Builders Exchange that we use, there's a small button or a tab when you see a project that you want to. It's one click. Those electronic drawings are downloaded onto your, in our case, it's our cloud server. They're downloaded onto the server, and we never even have to send a runner to pick up plans. It
nice.
really is a great system.
Well, I hope our contracted viewers take some of this information and are able to implement it. We look forward to hopefully seeing more of you guys, either at the ICPI meetings or at Hardscape North America.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you.